Outlast has changed how the horror genre works ever since it came out in 2010, while still retaining some of its horror elements. In the modern day, they have a live service game called Outlast Trials, and I have to say, it is, well, it's something. It's probably one of the most desensitizing games I've seen ever, and also the most fucked up things ever that the player does, while also being wrapped around a layer of satire and just dark humor.
You fucking fuck.
Like, if you throw a bottle at one of the prime assets who has multiple personality disorder, they'll respond with, "Hey, that's my job." Something around that lines, okay? But the entire idea of the game is where you're kidnapped and you're going through these fucked up trials until you either become so desensitized to the point where you'll do the most violent things ever, or you start listening to everything that Murkoff says. It's a mix of both, actually. And then at the end, you do Rebirth, where you're forced to hear 3 of the same words that you've been constantly hearing and you haven't even noticed once. Spider, I, lamb. And for any player that, like, goes through one Rebirth and then starts listening to the loading screens, what Dr. Easterman is saying, they'll hear it everywhere. One of those 3 words. Even in the final cutscene, you could kind of see the effects of it, because the last thing you hear right before everything goes wrong is Spider, I, lamb, which is when you pretty much get taken over as a sleeper agent. I remember when I first went through it, I had so many things going through my head, and I kept searching up more and more what Spider, I, lamb means. And it's just the activation code. And, like, everything I see, every single time I load into a game, I always hear, like,
"You are the spider, not the fly. Prisons are how civilizations eat. Power the generators and release yourself."
"You are the eye of all seeing." It reminds me of Far Cry 3, where basically Dennis would call you every single time on the radio to congratulate you and say, "This victory was all yours," or something like that. To essentially build everything up around you. If they keep complimenting you, you're gonna care more when they don't, essentially. And that's how the game treats you. If you don't get perfect, they always complain and bitch about it inside the game.
"Grade B, passing. But if it was a steak, I wouldn't eat it. If it was milk, I wouldn't drink it. Are you happy with grade B?"
Now let's talk about the fucked up shit that you do. The first mission inside the game is literally where you kill a person by starting up a generator and shocking him in front of like 4 people. And it's probably one of the least fucked up things you're doing. Oof. Like, one mission is where you give a person a bunch of STDs until they eventually drown in it through STD bottles, which is just disgusting. Other one, you drown somebody in a bunch of human remains. You crush somebody's head with 2 hammers, a judge specifically. And all of this while your character is high on pretty much every narcotic inside the game. Like, what, there's 23 prescriptions inside the game, not counting imposter shit? And not just you, pretty much everybody's high on drugs. Even the fucking staff. I've also noticed every single time you A+, you always get rewarded with something, like new decorations. The game is always trying to strive for you to reach perfection. Do this fucked up thing perfectly. Without any noise, without any sound. You get penalized if you do anything bad. Although you can say it's a video game, it's also fun to think about this. And the best part about all this, they keep telling you what you are. At the start of every trial, they mention what you are, what they want you to be. Like, you are the revelator, you are the teacher, you are an adult. And for every trial, you are the executioner, and you are the spider.
"You are an adult. The youth will not obey our orders and must be corrected. There are children murdering adults in the root canal. Punish the children, and we will let you out."
Now let's talk about the new game mode, Invasion, which basically forces you to fight other reagents. You know, the people going through the trials. It's probably the funniest thing ever, seeing my friends slowly lose themselves, constantly making fun of the enemy team and murdering them.
Oh, you can run! Oh, don't run, please!
Just make it fun.
Let me hurt you. What happened? Let me kill you. Just let it happen.
I remember I made But the entire idea of it is based off another imposter, which made you essentially trust no one, because they could be anybody. And the higher the difficulty, the harder it is to tell. Like, sometimes, like on normal difficulty, they basically have weird names that are off from yours, and every difficulty after that, they start holding fake items, they start waving at you, and they stab you and run away. And as a lore explanation, it's just to make the reagents trust no one, so they never build like a unity with anybody, so they don't fight back, they don't have a union, and they only listen to Dr. Easterman. So it's another process of breaking you down as a person. Let's talk about something else. The difficulty names also represent how the actual therapy goes inside the game. Like psychosurgery, if you didn't know what that actually means in real life, it means like actually altering your mind. I'm saying actually a lot. And then intensive, that's obviously a reference to intensive care, which happens to most patients. And then standard care. It's not the most difficult thing to understand, but like nobody probably knows this. So as experience, you are changing while this game is playing. Your character is changing at the same time. What do I mean? At the start of the game, you're going to be absolutely horrified playing. It's probably going to be one of the most terrifying things ever. You're going to start hiding instead of running. Then afterwards, all you're going to be worrying about is getting that A+, doing that secondary objective, like pulling out some guy's guts and trying to find a special organ. Or taking down propaganda posters that are exactly against the entire idea of Murkoff. Hell, you're probably not the only one that's changing. Like, there's so many NPCs inside the game that also change, except for, like, one. Because they're so used to the trials. Like, Noakes, he keeps telling you how flawed it is, how much he wants to remember it. But then, he keeps saying you're going to get more and more fucked up. But by the end of it, he only worries about you getting out. Which means by the end, you're going to be brainwashed and fucked up. Even the security guards mention it. Like, the closer and closer you get inside the game. Because they're like, you don't look fucked up enough to go through here. You still look human enough. Stuff like that. Like I said earlier, they reward you for doing A+ with, like, decoration. Same with leveling up. All just to make you feel like you're important and you're personalized. Like, they care for you more than everybody else. In the end, you're hardly even recognizable.